Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to the channel. Unlike any other channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, my channel exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe.
So let's get into today's video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at one of my signature Pokemon, King Shaodw Cradilly, aka Crazily. Ranked 211th currently on PvPoke, so apparently it isn't very good. But let me tell you, them rankings are absolutely bullshit because this Pokemon is an absolute top dog. It's one of them Pokemon that I like to call a core breaker. It can hang with the tanks like Bastiodon. Stunfisk is a grass type and it absolutely fucks up them flyers. Shout out all you Altaria users. You're about to get stone edged. Beats Mandibuzz. Not many other grass types can do that. Maybe my boy Blossom with his Dazzling Gleam. But anyway, it's got play against all of them. Obviously beats the water types. And even stuff it's weak to, like bug and ice. It hits for super effective with its rock type coverage. This thing is a monster. I did actually go on a 15 game win streak with this team at expert rank back in season 8, so that shows you how strong it is. I'll link that video in the description down below. We're going with a Swampert Skarmory core, and let's just get right into it. Prepare for some big booms because we are about to go off. And in game 1 we pick up the mirror lead. You know what this is like. It's absolutely boring as hell. We're both trying to sneak an air slash. I am successful, which is pretty great. You might notice this team is fairly weak to both fighting and grass in the back. This mighty blue mouse with its absolute bullshit overpowered stat product can actually beat Crazily in the 2-shield if it's on Ice Beam. It does fire Play Rough, so at this stage I'm going to just double shield, leave a load of energy and start stone edging the shit out of that flying steel bird. So we do shield up, we're at 100 energy. The opponent isn't going to want to shield this because we're at almost the back-to-back. So back out comes the Skarmory, we deny an air slash, big stone edge come in. Have some of that. You love to see it. I am counting fast moves. I catch the Sky Attack on my own Skarmory, as I believe they might have a Stunfisk or something like that in the back. So I'm saving the energy on my Cradily, and we've obviously got Swampert, 2 hard counter. In comes the wall face. They're thinking they're pretty set, good to go. But guess what, motherfucker? We've got my mud boy, the OG, the GOAT, Shadow Swampert. So in comes the GOAT. This game is absolutely fucking over. You're about to see Bastiodon with its 6 attack stat does nothing. We overfarm as much as possible. If they shield this up, we'll just hit them with a back-to-back. So they should let it go, which they do. However, that Skarmory is still 3 air slashes away from the next Sky Attack, and Swampert, in style, clutches out game 1. GG's to the opponent. You can see we're getting some lag. The opponent probably force close the app. Even if we lag, I'm just going to come in and stone edge you out the sky anyway. So that is a good game. Moving on into the next one. We pick up a lead against Scrafty. This isn't as good as you'd like to think. We're obviously taking neutral from counter, and if they ramp up, we are going to be pretty fucked. They switch out into Umbreon, so I bank as much energy as possible and switch out to catch the move onto my boy Cradily. You can see Cradily has great bulk. Umbreon thinks it's the bulk monster, but Shadow Cradilly don't give a fuck. We're equally as bulky. I'm going to overfarm. I'm going to go straight for the harder hitting Stone Edge. Absolutely nothing likes taking a Stone Edge. Big bulky Umbreon gets pretty fucked up. Unfortunately, as we didn't sneak a Bullet Seed in, this move will take us out, but that's alright. We've got so much loaded energy on Skarmory, and I'm going to come in with Swampert and start looking to get ahead on energy. Swampert is super squishy. Foul play from a really defense-weighted Pokemon. Absolutely fucking chunks. But we're going to CMP tie on the next foul play. And this Hydro Cannon will take him out. They actually come in with a Nidoqueen. I'm not entirely sure what this play is all about. But either way, we're going to fire Hydro Cannons. They draw the first shield. They're going to have to double shield. And they're going to be pretty sad as I've got so much load energy with Skarmory. So they actually throw. Best case scenario. The opponent is obviously not a fan of winning. They're thinking, here you go, Jamie, have a victory. And I say, thank you fucking very much. Have one Brave Bird for you, Mr. Nidoqueen. Show me that Scrafty. Our lowered defense doesn't matter. And Brave Bird number 2. Brave Bird for you too. See you fucking later. So not only do we win that match in style, we save 2 shields for the World Championships. And let me tell you, this game has been absolutely crap. We've been lagging like fuck, so all them save shields will really come in handy. And in the next game, with all my trash talking, the algorithm says, fuck you, have a Bastiodon lead. And I say, thank you very much. We love to see it. We absolutely don't. They save switch into a Sableye. we bait them with a grass knot, which doesn't actually KO. Stone Edge would KO from this range, and they actually double shield. So we are now up 2 shields, but we know they're going to have Metachan in the back, so I think I'm pretty fucked. We're going to come in with Skarmory. We're going to use it as a damage sponge, tank all the energy, and I'm going to switch out into Swampert and somehow hope to sweep the team. If this was Ultra League, I'd be pretty smug, but Swampert has absolutely no HP. They make a great switch and catch this Hydro Cannon onto Bastiodon. And this thing is absolutely excelled off its nut, as it didn't even do half HP. Fuck my life. So now we are going to fire this next one. I think this is where I make a misplay. I should have undercharged and left with 100 energy, which I didn't do. So shout out to me for being a noob. You're going to see we're going to take out this Metachan, but we're going to run out of HP. So as smug as I am, the correct play there is to undercharge the Hydro Cannon as they are switch locked. Farm the wall face down, leave 100 energy and just Hydro Cannon the shit out of the back line. And unfortunately, we lose, I'm going to say with 2 shields. I think we're just going to fall 1 fast move short, which we do, but either way, what a noob I am. Moving on into the next one. We pick up a slightly positive lead against Altaria. The Shadow Skarmory doesn't actually do that great in this matchup. In the 0 shield, you survive about 2 HP, and obviously as we are running a pseudo ABB team, I do have to switch out at some stage. So I'm going to fire off this Sky Attack, and once again, I'm going to have to let this go. I really should have switched out. It's the first time I play this team in ages. I should have switched into Cradily, but either way, we are going to win this opening matchup, and I'm going to have to look to dip into Cradily. They draw a shield, so in comes Cradily. I'm going to shield up 1 Sky Attack. Sky Attack doesn't do too much damage, but I'm going to farm up a load of energy and have some energy to pressure whatever comes in. I was counting Dragon Breath, so I don't think I could Bullet Seed down before they get to the next Sky Attack. So I take it out with a Grass Knot. We've got a Grass Knot ready to go for whatever comes in. In comes the Nidoqueen. So this is a fairly neutral matchup. Poison is neutral due to our rock grass typing, but also grass is neutral due to their ground typing. We tank this on the chin. I undertap, get to this Grass Knot. This should pressure the shield, which it does. And they actually make a swap now into Stunfisk. So just team comp, we're about to absolutely ruin this stupid bear trap. This opponent thinks they're smart, throwing rock slides. We don't respect that. Once again, this is another rock slide. I'm not respecting that either. You really need to build up to the earthquake, which you don't do. So I overfarm. This Hydro Cannon should be getting them fairly low or draw a shield. Oh, actually, they've got no shields. What am I talking about? Fuck knows, this game's super quick. But either way, we just Hydro Cannon the shit out of the back line, and that is a good game. We've got 1 more shield in the World Championship bank. So we draw a lead against Nidoqueen. We build up some energy on our Skarmory and switch out into Crazily. The Mandibuzz is going for Aerial Ace. Yes, we are a grass typing, but listen, you stupid flying Umbreon. Foul play is neutral and better DPE, so you probably should go for that. And guess what? Eat Stone Edge, motherfucker. Does huge damage. I believe I am going to survive this next Aerial Ace because the opponent clearly has no idea about typings. So we're going to just bait with a Grass Knot. The opponent is going to shield, obviously, but we don't need switch whatsoever as both of our Pokemon are fantastic against Nidoqueen. Back in comes Skarmory. We sneak the Air Slash. Flying Umbreon tickles us with a foul play. And let's see what the opponent's backline is. In the back is a mighty blue mouse. So this is going to look pretty sweet. We one-shot the Nidoqueen. Back out comes the blue mouse. It actually doesn't come back out. They concede the match. You love to see it. Moving on straight into the next one. We have another Skarmory mirror. The most boring match in the world. Well, it's actually not. Bastiodon or Azu is. But either way, I'm pretty bored. So just pretend this matchup isn't happening. We're going to tank all this energy. And this time I am going to make a switch into the mighty Crazily. So in comes Cradily. They counter swap with a Swampert. I don't really know what to say here. I'm very confused. I am looking to try and Bullet Seed down, but I don't think it's possible. We're going to shield this up. I'm going to no bubble this Grass Knot, but as it is double super effective, I don't think it's possible to get any extra Bullet Seeds. So we're just going to take it out. We've got a load of residual energy. Back out comes Skarmory. And you all know that it's about to get Stone Edged. Big damage. The Skarmory's thinking, what the fucking heck is going on? We get to the Grass Knot, and this will take it out or draw a shield. The opponent does shield it up, which is a bit strange to me. I'm going to come in with Swampert. I'm going to shield once and look to Mudshot down. Because obviously, we can Mudshot down a flyer. In the back is a Zoomerall. So we're looking pretty fucked. As I have no shields. This move is going to do big damage. They actually go Ice Beam. I'm not going to bait. I'm going to go straight for the sludge wave. Let's see if the opponent calls it. They actually shield correctly, so now we're even more fucked than we were before. I'm going to go for this hydro cannon just to do a bit of chip and hope that it's in Brave Bird range, and it absolutely isn't. So either way, I have ballsed up because they are going to be able to take us out. They actually don't take us out, so we're going to go for this sky attack. Even with our lowered defense, one air slash will take us out, but this skarmory is energy dry, so Swampert manages to mud shot down. I played that game like absolute trash, but we win, so we take that. Moving on into the next one, we pick up a lead against Wallface. That obviously isn't what we want to see. We instantly swap into Crazily. They counter swap with a Venusaur. Venusaur shields up the Stone Edge, so we have got shield advantage. We're going to let this Frenzy Plant take us out, and obviously we're going to come in and hard farm with our Skarmory. This Venusaur will get to a few moves, but obviously this big scary looking plant isn't that scary if you're a flying steel type, so we're just going to tank all these moves. We're going to commit to the farm down. Once again, the plant fires some more grass at us, and we pretty much just laugh at it. We do manage to farm down. We bring in Wallface, and in the back is a Trevenant. Fuck my life. Once again, we are in a pretty rough spot. I am going to have to land the sludge wave. I'm wondering whether to bait or whether to nuke. Apparently everyone knows that I don't like to bait. They shield up the sludge wave, which isn't fantastic. We are going to have to use our last shield on the grass knot. We will outpace them to the next sludge wave, but I think Swampert is going to be too low to clutch out this game. So we're going to have to try and catch on Skarmory to win this game. Back out comes the Bastiodon. Let's see how XL it is. We're going to get to this Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon will do decent damage. I'm going to switch out into Skarmory. I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. I think the correct play would have been to Sky Attack, then Brave Bird. As you're going to see, I just fall short of the Sky Attack, and they have the move ready to go. So despite having a Wallface lead, we could have actually won that. But again, I didn't play particularly well. So moving on into the next one. We pick up another lead against this fluffy dragon. You already know that I do need to dip out at some stage. So as I've now started to play a few matches, I'm going to overfarm and go straight for the Brave Bird. If the opponent shields, I'll dip into Cradily. They haven't actually shielded, so we're just going to farm down. And let's see what they come in with. They come in with a Mew, so we instantly safe switch into our Crazily. This is just a Surfers, it's only 5. And the opponent now switches out into a Beedrill. Guess what, Beedrill? Do you know about Stone Edge? Obviously not. That's a one-shot, and this game is absolutely over. So you've got 2 shields, buddy. You called the bait, and we didn't bait. So in previous battles, where everyone has called my nuke, this opponent obviously did think I would bait with 2 shields up, and we don't. So the opponent concedes, and that is a good game. Moving straight on to the next one, we see another basic bitch using the Altaria lead. I think Altaria is a pretty good lead in this meta, to be brutally honest, but we like to talk trash, so we're going to just call him a basic bitch. We're going to overfarm, and we're going straight for the Brave Bird. Does this opponent respect the mighty Brave Bird? Do they fuck? So we're just going to farm down at this stage. They don't let us farm down. They come into Azumarill. We switch a bit late into Crazily. I bring up Bixby. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing there. My big fat thumb hits the wrong button, but we still managed to hit some bubbles. This is 6. I am going to shield up in case it's an Ice Beam. I'm hoping it's a Play Rough. It is a Play Rough, so we're going to be able to tank the next move. So I'm going to fire off this Grass Knot. We let a bubble in, which isn't ideal, but either way, if they're on Hydro Pump Play Rough, we will be fine. They're again at 6. I'm going to call the Play Rough. Let's see if they have got Ice Beam all along. It is a Play Rough, so we're going to manage to Bullet Seed down. Again, they make a switch into Venusaur. I'm not really sure why you'd do that, as you know I've got a Skarmory. So I'm just going to come in. I am going to shield up this Frenzy Plant, because I'm going to have to use my shield at some stage, and we don't really want to use Swampert in this game. So we're going to farm that down, and all your remaining Pokemon have no HP, so I'm not really sure why you'd make that swap. But either way, we farm everything down, and we take that game without Swampert even leaving its Pokeball. Moving on into the next battle, we get a Poliwrath lead. It's got giant fists, and we really don't want to be punched by it. We get some weak connection. We also don't want to see that. They hit us with a Scald, and they switch out into a Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff Skarmory counter confirmed? I think not. We're going to get both shields with Sky Attacks. We're going to allow Skarmory to go down, and we're going to come in with our boy, the one and only mighty Swampert. I'm choosing to come in with Swampert, as I obviously want Crazily onto the Poliwrath, as Swampert doesn't have a great matchup. So I'm going to shield once. I'm going to fire off this Hydro Cannon. This will be enough to take out Wigglytuff. And I am already spamming out the swap onto Crazily. Back up comes Poliwrath in the back. They're on a really toxic double charm team. But guess what, Gramble? You ain't going to want to eat Stone Edge, so eat that motherfucker. See you fucking later. Back out comes Poliwrath. I'm going to shield up whatever it is they want to throw. Let's see, whatever moveset it is. It is a Scold, and the opponent realizes their toxic bullshit isn't the team to use against me, and we take that game. So once again, the more trash I talk, the worse the leads get. So we lead our Skarmory into the fucking bear trap. We don't love to see it. We bring in our Crazily. They say switch to Tropius. Tropius doesn't respect the Stone Edge. It near one-shots the huge bulky Pokemon. I know they're going to want to win switch. I'm just going to fire off this Grass Knot. This should draw a shield, which it does. We CMP tie, best case scenario. I'm going to allow this to go down, and I'm going to look to try and sweep with the go in the back. So we're going to come in, farm this Tropius down, and I'm spamming out Swampert. Out comes the bear trap. The bear trap is staying in. I'm not entirely sure why. They've got enough for the earthquake. They bait us with a rock slide. You don't love to see that. I am going to fire off this Hydro Cannon. Let's see if the opponent wants to burn their last shield. They actually do. And now they switch out into a Swampert of their own. Shadow Swampert versus Shadow Swampert in the Great League. One Hydro Cannon near one shot. So I've got a shield left. We're going to shield up this Hydro Cannon. Mud shot down. And we're going to Hydro Cannon the shit out of the bear trap. And my switch timer has now popped up. This won't quite KO, so I'm just going to BM them with the Skarmory. So Skarmory is a G-Fist counter confirmed. You heard it here first. Moving on into the next one. My trash talking gets us a good lead. So the algorithm gods must be laughing with me rather than at me. They are staying in, which does kind of puzzle me a little bit. They must be double weak to Skarmory. We managed to farm down. We've got loads of energy. They switch into Melmetal. I switch into Crazily, and the trappers work. We draw out the Metachan. We're going to fire these Grass Knots. Does big damage. I'm hoping they're not on pop, but I believe this is only 5. So they are going to pop the shit out of us. I'm hoping we make one more move. Do we make it? Unfortunately not. But I've got loads of load energy on Skarmory. I'm going to come in, fire off this Sky Attack. If the opponent lets it go, which they do, they are pretty fucked. So the ABB trap worked really well there. You're going to see they're going to take us out with a Rock Slide. They actually don't take us out, but I bring in Swampert. And the opponent realizes they are fucked and concede the match. So GG's to the opponent. Moving on into the next one. The mighty blue mouse is out here in the front. I believe this is just an Ice Beam, so I'm going to let it go. We've banked a load of energy on our Skarmory, and we switch out into Crazily. This opponent is staying in. So I'm going to shield up the first Ice Beam. I'm going to look to overfarm. The opponent makes a crazy swap, even though I've overfarmed heavily into Roserade. So we're now at the Stone Edge. We CMP tie. I'm going to tank this Weather Ball. I'm going to look to get my shield back here with the big Stone Edge. Does this Roserade respect the Stone Edge? They do not. So see you fucking later. What is the opponent going to come back in with? They come back in with a Azumarill. We'll outpace it to this Grass Knot. Is the opponent finally going to shield? No. Looks like they're also saving shields for the World Championships. So they switch out into a Talonflame. I fire off one turn before they get to the Brave Bird. We draw a shield. They're going to have to Brave Bird us to take us out. I'm not shielding. They've lowered their defense. So remember, we switched out the Skarmory with loads of loaded energy. And finally, we are going to say Skarmory is a Talonflame counter confirmed. First Sky Attack draws the shield. We go for the back-to-back. This second Sky Attack with the lowered defense is going to take them out. And that is a good game. So you saw there I fired off 3 Air Slashes to give no free Incinerate. That is what you want to do against Talonflame. So once again, we see the fluffy dragon in the lead. Holy shit, people love playing the same bullshit over and over. So we tank the Sky Attack, go for the Brave Bird. The opponent lets it go. We farm down. It's like deja vu. They switch out into Stunfisk. We come in with our soft counter of Crazily. Grass Knot does do around 40%. You can see it does really start to chunk. Even an Earthquake will not take us out, as our grass typing means it's only neutral, even though we are a rock type. We're going to CMP tie now onto the next Grass Knot. The opponent is going to be forced to shield or let it go. We do CMP tie, which is best case. I think the opponent no bubbles this to get a bit of farm, which is fine for me, as obviously we have the mighty goat. Can the goat clutch out another game for us? Let's find out. They switch out into Azumarill. So we have 2 shields. We let a bubble through, but I'm going to go straight Sludge Wave. Does the opponent shield? They do not. So they are going to be forced to shield this Hydro Cannon. Swampert is going to clutch out this game. They don't shield that up. They just concede the match. So GG's to the opponent. So you've seen the good and the bad of my no baiting tactic. In some matches it has been clutch, and in other matches it has cost me. But we actually see a Clefable lead in the front, which is fantastic. They stay in a little bit, build up some energy, and save switch to a shiny Steelix. This shiny snake looks really good, but it's absolutely crap against Swampert. We tank the crunch, they lower our defense, but we still manage to mud shot down. I've got hardly any HP, so I'm going to blind throw this Hydro Cannon into Scrafty, which isn't fantastic. I'm going to come straight back in with the Skarmory. We draw a shield with the Sky Attack. I've got 2 shields. I'm not going to shield a Pop. Pop lands. They switch out now into Clefable. We're going to have to shield up this Meteor Mash, as Steel does hit us 4 super effective due to our Rock type. I'm going to overfarm as much as possible. 1 Grass Knot for the Clefable. See you later, Clefable. I undercharge it, but it still KOs. Back out comes the Scrafty. Scrafty isn't going to appreciate this Grass Knot. It's going to do big damage. They are going to look to counter us down. And I think at this stage, you can see I just missed the Grass Knot. At this stage, throwing the foul play would be the opponent's win con. We shield it up, farm down, and take that match. So those were the battles. I'm not going to lie, I don't think I played particularly well. If you've seen some of my other videos, I normally play a bit cleaner, but the lag on that was really pissing me off, to be honest. I was a bit tilted, but either way, you can see that this team has fantastic coverage. Despite Crazily's 211th ranking, it is super OP. So don't always listen to rankings. I think a lot of the time people think that it's got to be top 50 to be good. Crazily is a core breaker. It is fantastic. This team is fantastic. By all means, go ahead, try it out. You will win, much like me, because I played shit and I still managed to pick up a lot of wins. But in the current state of the game, perhaps don't use the Shadow variants, because the lag was brutal. Holy crap, stuff like Swampert doesn't want to see lag, especially against someone like a counter user, as our HP just magically disappears. But if you enjoyed this video, please post in the comment section down below, leave a like, because it's really starting to help the channel grow. And I'd just like to say thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Speaking of which, I don't know if you saw my community post, we have got 3 Shadow Whale runs. We've actually got 5. I've got 2 for the Great League, so I'm going to run double Legacy and Waterfall in both Great and Ultra League, and we are going to bring in Whale Run to the Master League Classic. So if you want to see the best Shadow Whale Run content, you will have to follow the channel. And that's it. Take care.